Hi, this morning we are going to be converting my son's Norco HT 4.3 24-inch bike. We're going to go from tube Schrader tyres, and this is the rear wheel, which is still got a tube in it, to the Maxxis Minion downhills, and we're going to make it into a tubeless tyre. So the front one here we've already done tubeless, and we'll go through the steps on how we tubulise the rear one. So now we've got to take the rear wheel out. So we've got to open it up, which is really hard. That's it. Excellent. All right, now before we start, we're going to clean up the rear sprocket with a bit of degreaser. All right, Jensen, you ready?
Yep.
Give it a good spray.
Degreaser?
Yep. Put heaps on. That's it. Keep going. Make it nice and wet, and then we'll blow it off with compressed air. Now we're going to clean off the degreaser with a good amount of compressed air. Alright, so we're taking the tube out of the 24-inch tyre. Alright, Jenna, you can pull that out. That's it. And now Jenna's going to take off the tyre. And there we've got a rim. And if you put that rim and keep it still, see the rim tape in there? That is what has to come out, and we've got to put in a new tape for a tubeless rim. So here we are now, ripping off the rim tape that was on the original rim with tubes, and we'll be replacing it with a tubeless rim tape from No Stands. Now that we've cleaned off all the residue glue from the previous rim tape, we're going to make it perfectly clean, get all the grease off it, so that we can put on the Stands No Tubes rim tape. So we're going to use a little bit of brake cleaner to do that. So Jensen, you can spray that on now. And then we'll just wipe all the way around the rim with that. So here we've got the Stands rim tape. It's a 35mm rim. We're using a 27mm tape that now we're going to run onto the rim and cover all those holes so that the air won't leak out. So here we now have the rim tape in place. At this point here, where my finger is where the valve stem is going to come through. We're going to punch a little hole in there. So here we've got the little hole we've pushed through, and now we're going to install the valve stem. This is the Presta valve we're going to be putting in. This is a 6mm diameter. The valve we took out was a Schrader tube, which has a 8mm diameter hole. This fits in quite comfortably with the round rubber there to seal in, so we'll push that in. We push it through nicely, push that down, and then that's sealed on that side, and then we put the nut on the other side. Now the nut we have chosen, if we can have a look at this, has got a little collar on it. As you can see, the little collar there. That collar is 8mm size. So when we have a 6mm Presta valve and 8mm hole, that will actually centralise the Presta valve in the Schrader hole. So we've got the lad now screwing on the retaining nut. And this will be done up quite tight to seal the rubber grommet that was on the other side into the Stands rim tape. Now we're installing the tubeless ready tyre onto the 24-inch rim. So we'll be putting it on and then spraying it liberally with soapy water and then inflating it to get the beads to pop on.
Yep.
Alright, so what we've got to do now, we've got soapy water in here and we now got to liberally spray the tyre with soapy water, because this will help us inflate the tyre and get the tyre to bead nicely onto the rim. This is a 24-inch rim for youth with a Maxxis Minion 24-inch foldable tyre. You stop there. Now we've seated the tyre, we've taken the valve stem out and we used our compressed air here. And with soapy water that we've used, we've now beaded the tyre onto the rim. And now I'm going to put about 80 to 90 mils of Stan's no tube sealant into the tyre, reinstate the tyre valve and pump it up. Alright, we've got about 90 mil of Stan's liquid in here, and now we're going to slowly push it into the valve. That's it, Jensen, keep going, push it in. That's it, nice and slowly. Excellent. So we're pushing all the liquid into the tyre, which has been beaded. Then we'll put the valve in and we'll be able to pump it up. That's it, doing a great job. Excellent. Push it right to the end and get everything in. Now with the valve stem back in place, we place on the tube, get our compressed air and pump it up. And there we have one 24-inch youth rim, youth-size tyre, mounted tubelessly, ready for action.